CFL Level 1 November 2025, with just about 2 months left for your exam. Are you looking for a last 2 months strategy sheet, a checklist that you know you should follow? Well then, keep watching. Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Tanishka and I hope you all are doing good. In today's video, I'm gonna be sharing with you a 2-month strategy plan, rather a 2 months checklist for the CFL Level 1 November 2025 candidates. So let's get straight to it. But before that, if you're new to this channel, then please take 1 second to hit the subscribe button. If you've ever liked my work even a teeny tiny bit, then please join the community by subscribing to the channel. And while you're at it, do not forget to hit the bell icon so that you're notified every time I post a new video. And for the very kind people who have already subscribed to the channel, thank you so much for joining me in my journey. I hope we stay together till the end of time. Okay, so first of all, you guys literally don't even have 2 months for your exam, because agar dekha jaye, the exam starts from November 12th to November 18th. So people who are giving their exam between November 12th to November 15th, which I'm sure is most of you, you don't even have 2 months left for your exam. But nothing to panic. I always say the CFA exam is not hard on the syllabus, or it's not very hard essay. It's just a mind game. So obviously make sure your mind is settled. Very, very important. Having said that, point number 1, very, very important. Please make sure that your syllabus is completed by October 20th at the latest. For people who are giving their exam post November 15th, you can maximum drag it to October 25, but usse zyada nahi. Try to have at least 20-25 days for revision. You will need it. No matter how well you have prepared before, you need to know how to bind things together. Unless you have already strategically done it in the past, then you can still have a little bit of leeway. But if not, then please try to complete your syllabus by October 20th at the latest. If you haven't yet, point number 2, please complete ethics within this week, maximum by next week. Usse zyada drag mat karna. It is extremely essential that you finish ethics ka study bit, because you have to get into practicing bit. Ethics, when you study, doesn't seem tough, but you need to constantly practice it to be able to understand how they can trick you, how it is not always black and white and usually gray, how and in which cases it is actually black and white, और वो सिर्फ और सिर्फ practice से आता है. And I've seen people who tell me that, I will do ethics in the last 15 days and I will practice all 500 questions ek din baith ke, I'll do only ethics. It's the worst approach to follow. In ethics, instead of one day doing 500 questions or doing 500 questions in 2 days, 3 days, you'd rather start from now in the next 1 week maximum and solve 10-15 questions 4 to 5 times a week. That consistent practice, consistently seeing different kind of questions, consistently understanding the approach that the institute has towards ethics is what's gonna help, rather than one big practice. It doesn't lead to nowhere. So if you haven't, like I said, please complete ethics by next week at the latest. Point number 3, slowly start prioritizing institute questions. So if you're done with your syllabus, then definitely start with institute questions. If you haven't finished your syllabus yet, then from October 20th at the latest, make sure the practice questions that you're doing is now institute prioritized. When I say institute prioritizes, many of us go for classes, right? And most teachers give practice material and we feel like हमने वो कर लिया, अच्छा कर लिया, बहुत अच्छा, I'm not denying it. But nobody knows the exam better than the people who are setting the paper, which is the CFA Institute. So their practice questions are gold. You have to solve questions from there. No matter what any teacher says कि हमारा कर लो, बस नहीं, वहाँ से भी करना चाहिए. It is a golden rule. I'm not saying कि अपने teachers का follow मत करो, always use it. But in the last 1.5 month, prioritize, switch to solving institute questions. Time बचा है तो अपने teacher का भी कर लो. That's a personal suggestion. Now, point number 5. Next point is get conceptual clarity, but right now play smart. Let me explain. Since you have just about 2 months left for your exam, उसमें से भी only 1 month left for revision syllabus completion, your goal should be to get as much conceptual clarity as possible within this month. Having said that, be aware कि कुछ concepts होते ही हैं जो आप कितना भी अपना सर मार लो, you're not gonna 100% get it. Play smart around those concepts at this point because of the lack of time. What can you do is try to learn it maybe in a way कि at least exam clear हो जाए. Try to understand the pointers, break it down for yourself in a way अगेन कि एग्जाम क्लियर हो जाए, चाहे उसको पूरे डिटेल में नहीं समझ आया है. देर आर सम कॉन्सेप्ट जो बेटर लेवल 2 में समझते हैं, बेटर लेवल 3 में समझते हैं, एंड देर आर सम कॉन्सेप्ट जो बस हमें एज अ पर्सन नहीं समझ आते, चाहे हम कितना भी दिमाग खराब कर लें. सो इट्स जस्ट बेटर एट दिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम, just learn it from exam point of view. Do not waste your time racking your brain on that one concept and end up spoiling the amazing 9 things you've done. It's okay to mess up 1 out of 10 rather than 9 out of 10. Having said that, I am not promoting to mug up or memorize material. You will never pass your CFA exam. Like I said, like I always say, it's the 80-20 rule. 80% conceptual clarity, 20% अगर नहीं आ रही बिल्कुल भी कुछ भी करने से, then play it smart. It's just a strategic advice. Next point. This is something you all have to hear. By October 5th, maximum October 10th, if you have more than 4 subjects pending, which you have not yet touched at all, I'm not saying revision, which you have not yet touched at all, कभी देखा ही नहीं है, syllabus touch ही नहीं हुआ है 4 subjects का. And in those 4 subjects, you have FSA, fixed income or quants में से any 2. If only one is left from that, okay. But if any 2, like if it's groups, FSA and quants, FSA and fixed income, quants and fixed income, anything like that is left, then you may have to consider deferring your exam. I am not saying that it's impossible कि आपका exam pass नहीं होगा या आप नहीं कर पाओगे. Where there's a will, there's always a way. But if you see that you are in a bad situation, it is just but important that at least you are aware कि okay, what are the rules for deferral? If I need to defer, what is it that I would need? What are my options? What can I do if the situation calls for that? Because it's just wise to know whether you're prepared or not prepared, and to spend a lesser amount of money than re-giving the entire exam. Having said that, I am not promoting to defer your exam based on anxiety. Defer between anxiety and reality and then take that call. Please be very mindful of this particular point. Next, last month, in the last 1 month from October 20th, जो मैंने timeline डाला था आपके लिए, you will follow only and only cumulative revision. It is the best form of practice that you can do, best form of revision that you can do. If you guys want to know what is cumulative revision, I have already made a detailed video on that. I'm gonna show you. This is how the thumbnail looks. I'm gonna link it in the description box. You can check that out. But cumulative revision is the best form of revision that you can follow. Remember what I told you? It is the best way to pile up your subjects, pile up your practice other than doing one big practice on one day, because it helps you bind your thoughts, bind the subjects, bind the topics together. Sorry for the background sound. I can do nothing about it. Last and very, very important point. In the last 1 month, you have to solve at least 2 institute mocks. You can go more if you have the time, but otherwise institute ke 2 full mocks AM PM has to be done. How do you approach this mocks? First of all, it has to be timed. Make sure you are timing your mock accurately. Do not sit longer. Number 2, best thing to do is sit at the same time your exam is. If you have a 4 p.m. exam, start your mock at 4 p.m. If you have a 9 a.m. exam, start your mock at 9 a.m. Start training your brain to be most alert, most active at your exam time. And believe me, I've actually seen people who have messed up their exam because of fatigue. Because हमें रील्स के ज़माने में आदत ही नहीं होती एक जगह पे बैठने की for that long. Mocks help you in that, to train you to sit in one place for that longer period without getting mentally drained. So make sure it is timed, make sure it is at the same time that your exam is, so that your mind slowly gets accustomed to that, okay, at this time I have to be alert, okay, I know how to sit for 2.5 hours together, woho. And third point, very, very important, make sure you thoroughly check your mock. It is very important, once your mock is done, you check each and every answer, whether it was right or wrong. You have to read the solution thoroughly, and you have to read the solution in a way कि आप तीनों options पढ़ रहे हो. For example, if option A was correct, you read why option A was correct. At the same time, you need to read and understand why B and C were wrong. Even if you know the answer, validate it. If you do not know the answer, read it, get the knowledge, move forward. But that's how you need to give mocks. That is what you call an actual mock. If you're giving mocks just for the heck of it, running after accuracy and then moving to the next, mati karo to better hai. Okay, always have a purpose to do something. It makes more sense. With that, I have come to the end of this video. If you guys have any more questions, any more doubts that you want to clarify or ask, the comment section is always open and I'll be happy to help. And if you like this particular video, don't forget to like, comment, share, subscribe. I'll see you guys very, very soon. Until then, keep sparkling and definitely keep learning.